Choose the team you want to start your franchise with. Continue ahead to begin your franchise. Use the options on the left to edit league settings or change your role to a player or owner.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, we kick off the new year with an NFC North matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. The veteran kicker Mason Crosby set to do the honors here. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. First play, here's Cousins. He's got a man, complete. The 30, 20, 10. He spins for touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 89 yards. And the Vikings are on the board here first in the season opener. We thought they may be a quick strike offense this season. That is lightning quick. Not bad for the first drive of the year.
That has to actually exceed expectations, doesn't it? Because most teams want to be a quick strike offense. They want to score as quickly as possible and run a defense into submission. What they have to understand is, while they got it done there, long way to go. Don't get discouraged if you have to run a few more plays on your next drive.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And he goes out of bounds after a solid return to the 45.
Well, as they say, if you drew it up, you couldn't have drawn it a whole lot better. That's exactly how you want to start the game. Excellent momentum off the opening kickoff.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. at the 45. Here's Rodgers to throw. And able to find Allen Lazard. And some room to maneuver. And it's a Packers touchdown. Allen Lazard, 55 yards. And the Packers strike quickly here to tie up the ball game.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go. Still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
So they go with a pass there on the two-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their two-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have two-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Cousins able to find Jefferson here complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 29-yard line. Throwing is Cousins. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
And now again, the play clock's going to run out on him. Play action now, Cousins. We're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Packers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, Pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers.
And that's going to be caught downfield by Lazard.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 right at the 40. Now Rodgers. That was going to let it go deep right sideline. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
The Vikings here hosting Green Bay in the season opener, and they've got one of those quirks in the schedule that is going to work in their favor. They play all 3 of their division home games in the first 5 weeks of the year. After Green Bay today, they'll host Detroit in week 3 and then Chicago in week 5.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Eric Kendricks. He brought the pressure. It's there for a loss of 12. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. High throw, but the catch is made.
And he is going to have a Packers first down as they wind up getting 13 there on 4th down.
Shotgun now for Rodgers.
And Lazard's got it again. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
From the 22, Rodgers. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Eric Kendricks able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Throwing now is Rodgers. Able to find Lazard. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers.
Finds Lazard quickly on the slant.
Touchdown! Allen Lazard. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. But let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You've got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
Taken at the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown.
But, Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want it in with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. To throw, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. From the 17, here's 2nd and 4.
Cousins. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it.
And the Packers force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10.
Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
A good start to the drive here. That's caught out on the left side.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
All the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Rodgers.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off.
Past the 20, 5, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
Boy, still a half plus to play, but it is a 2-score game. They're going to go onside kick early. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 46. He'll look to throw. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Randall Cobb on the breakaway. Touchdown.